Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is May 1st. I cannot believe it. It's May Day. We used to live in Iowa and we used to celebrate May Day when I was little, and I remember those little baskets on those doorsteps. But anyway, we're going to be creating a few projects using the Spellbinders card kit of the month. It's called Spreading Happiness. It's the quick and easy card kit of the month. I'm going to go over everything that's in the kit just really quickly, and then we're going to jump in and create some cards. You get a content sheet and a recipe for creating this beautiful card here. And this is where all your contents are listed. And if you want to find more inspiration, there's some social media sites down here you might want to check out for Spellbinders. I'm going to put this off to the side. This comes in a bag that has a zipper closure. And it's sturdier than a plastic bag. I would call it reusable. My camera is going in and out. Sorry about that. But I like these little bags for storage. You get 8 card bases and envelopes. The card bases are A2 in size. They're side folding. And then the envelopes are A2 also, and they're V flap. I use these for my 3 projects following our unboxing here. We're going to go over real quickly our cardstock. Let's see our colors. These are A2 panels of colored cardstock, and it's a nice weight cardstock. This month you get white, pink, green, a light blue, and a dark blue. A really pretty color palette. There are 4 of each, so you get 20 in total. And those are handy for card fronts. If you want to change the color of here, you would just put a card front panel on there, or for creating layers. Really nice. You get some double-sided adhesive and foam tape, and you get some puffy stickers. These are actually puffy. And you get a lot of ampersands in here. I think this alone would make a cute little card just to put on the front of a card. I like it, the ampersand signs, but lots of different colors in here. And then you get more puffy stickers, and these have some sentiments in there. The sentiments aren't smishable, so if you take them off of the acetate sheet, they'll keep their shapes. You don't have to worry about retaining their shape. And then there's a lot of sentiments that go with the cute and the hello and the today and the lovely and the smile. You also get some chipboard stickers. You get 2 sides. A lot of frames in here this month. You get some banners and some tags or file tabs. I'm going to call them tags, but they're tabs. Get a heart and some fun little images in here. You get the chipboard stickers. We're going to go over our pattern paper really quickly. I'm not going to go through it one by one, because usually I just use a certain color palette from them. But there's a lot of fun prints in here. Let me just see if I can shuffle them. They're single-sided. A lot of tone on tones. Ooh, that's really pretty. So a lot of papers. I kind of want to thumb through them now, but I'll speed through the unboxing. And then you get some die cuts. I love the die cuts. Looks like there's some gold embossed detail on some of them. And I'm looking at them, and there's 2 of each die cut. So that makes it really nice for duplicating cards or doubling up on your card projects. What I'm excited about is this huge, huge bag. This is a huge bag. Looks like there's clay confetti. There are tubed confetti. There are clear sequins in here. And I just think there's little clouds, which are just adorable. Oh my goodness. I love the color of this. I just think there's the little tube confetti are like little straws that are trimmed. That's why I'm calling it tubed, but they're iridescent, really lightweight, and you get a lot. Let me show you. This bag is the size of an A2 card. Of course, it's not filled up all the way, but That is a huge bag. I think I might be making some shaker cards today. I think so, because this is so much fun. Okay, so that's everything in the kit. I love the colors. I'm going to pick out a few of my pattern papers that were, because usually I make a color family for my 3 cards. I'm going to go through them, trim them down, and we'll jump in and create some quick and easy cards. I thought today we would create shakers all around, so each card today will have a shaker element that's to it, and I just loved the confetti that we got, and I think it's subtle enough, and I think it's festive. So that's what we're going to do. For my first card, well, let me show you the color palette that we're going to be using. I chose these 3 pattern papers. So we had the green, the blue, and then the orangey colored with the pink plaid. This is my color palette today. We're going to start by embossing a background. I'm going to use one of our panels that were in our card front pack. And I'm using white today, but if you like a little more color to your cards, you could emboss any one of these colored panels, and I think it would look great in the background. So to do my embossing, since it's going to be white, basically any kind of embossing folder that you have or your favorite embossing folder would work. I'm using the Spellbinders 3D embossing folders. This is Circle Illusion. Kind of reminds me of like a quilted pattern. I'm going to take my card front panel, evenly space this in here. I will run this through and emboss my background. And again, any 3 colors would work great for this. This is what that embossing folder looks like. For the most part, we're going to be using squares on our card, so I like to create contrast with circles. I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to tack this down to the front of my card base, just using my tape runner. This is going to give me, and I'm out of tape. This is the first, let's see if we can refill this together. Let's see. Just pops out. If it doesn't, then I just broke it. Let me grab a new pack. This lasted a really long time. This tape runner comes actually in a bundle with foam squares. It can be bought on its own, but I like that you can get it in a bundle. And I think we just put this in here. Fits beautifully. I have all these little tape pieces. We'll clean that out. And we will just snap it together. Is that okay? Well, that was the easy peasy lemon squeezy to refill. I'm going to add my card front panel to the very front. Oops. Now we have some texture in our background. To create my shakers, I thought it would be fun. We have some frames in our chipboard pack. This is going to be quick and easy. No, we'll put the green behind here. I'm going to flip over my green frame, and then I have my green pattern paper, and then I also have a not so straight piece of acetate. Since this is a sticker, we can just add the acetate right behind it. And I made it smaller so I still have adhesive along the edges. And then I'm going to bring in some foam strips. And I'll just go around the edge. Like so. Let me show you. So now we have acetate and then we have some foam. I'm going to do that same thing with the pink frame, but the pink frame I'm going to add the plaid behind here. So you want to trim down a panel with the pattern paper that will fit behind this one, and then also a piece of acetate. Now we have foam adhesive behind all of our little windows, and then we get it to fill. So I'm going to open up my my bag here. The iridescent straws are very lightweight, and I'm afraid that they may fly away. So I want to carefully fill up each one of my windows. I love that iridescent tint that they all have. So I filled up all of my picture frames. These little clouds are just too cute. And now we're going to go ahead and cover the backs. The green will go with the green frame. I think this is the green frame. Nope. This one will have to go with this one. And we have 3 cute little shakers. Kind of look like cookies. Okay, our shakers are done. Now we're going to arrange these on our card here. Now, some of these I need to overlap. For my sentiments, I want to use these little smile, laugh, and love banners. And I'm going to put these on the coordinating shakers. This one's to lift up. I have to glue this down. So these 2 frames are directly on my embossed background, and you kind of have to push them down a little bit so they adhere. And then this one is popped up with some foam squares. And then I'm going to take a corner rounder. I want to use my 1/2 inch side, and I'm just going to round the corner up here. And that will finish off my first card. For my next card, we're going to make a big shaker. But I wanted to cover the front of my frame here with some flowers, some die cut flowers. Now I created my frame. I used my Spellbinders essential rectangles. I cut out a window in one of my white panels here. We're going to need 2 of them for this card. And I'm going to start by adding the acetate on the reverse side of my frame. And I will use my tape runner for this. And then I have a piece of acetate we're going to place right behind it. This acetate is smaller than my window. So we have this. I'm going to flip it over. This is the inside. I'm going to flip this around. And then I'm going to take all my florals. Now there's lots of different kind of florals in our die cut pack. And I made sure that I just picked up the ones that basically have the gold embossed detail or the gold foiling. You can see there. And there's some flowers that have darker centers, and I didn't want that. I want to keep it kind of springy and light. Now I'm going to start by taking the flowers, and we're going to make a little arrangement. And I'm just going to go directly on that acetate front here. Let's see, and some of them are going to overlap, and that's okay. We'll just trim them off. And we're going to just fill in this acetate on the front. And I think that's a nice spacing. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors. I'm going to trim away any of the flowers that are overhanging. I can actually use some of these to fill in some gaps on the card here too. Kind of stretch those flowers out. For this card, I doubled up on the foam tape. My foam tape that I buy in the roll is kind of on the thinner side, so I wanted to double up on it. And now, since this is a large surface area, I'm going to go ahead and fill this with our sequin mix, kind of spreading it around. And then I'm going to use one of our A2 panels and then just cover, actually let's trim a little bit off of it. If we trim it down, the little trick is that if you trim it down and put this on the back of your shaker, you still have the foam adhesive on the edges, and you don't have to use as much foam adhesive on your card base, which is really nice. So I'm just going to add a little glue here. And then we can tack this down to the front of our card base. So cute. And then for this card, we have our sentiment stickers. And I'm going to use one of those strips that I trimmed away from the backer that we use for our shaker. It's going to come in handy. For this card, I'm going to use, and we're going to make it a thank you card. So I'm going to take the puffy sticker that says "So Thankful for You." I'm going to map that on that white cardstock just so it stands out, since we have a pretty busy background. And then I'll flip this around. We'll put some foam tape behind here. And we will add this to the center of our card. And I think that will finish a lot of sparkle in that background, so I think we're good. This will finish off card number 2. For my next card, we have some of our pattern papers. I just love this color palette. I just think it's so pretty. I trimmed this pattern paper down, the green one, to a panel that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of my card. It's going to be my background. I love the white border around my cards. Next, I have this pattern paper, making sure the print is right side up. This is 1 1/2 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches tall. I'm going to take this, add some adhesive along the right edge, and we're going to tack this pattern paper that measures 2 1/2 inches wide. We're going to adhere these two together. Now when I do this, I am tacking it down so about 1/2 inch shows. And then I'm going to add some adhesive on the reverse side, and we'll tack this to the front of our card. And I'm not going to go all the way over. I want a little bit of that green peeking out. And we will tack this down. Basically, you're going to want about 1/2 inch on this side too, of the green showing. To make my shaker, I die cut out a circle frame. And I also created a background that was a little bit smaller, and then I trimmed around some acetate. I went ahead and put, now that we have foam on our window, we're going to bring back our lovely cloudy sequin mix, and we'll add some to our background, kind of flattening it out. If you wanted to double up on your foam tape, you can, but sometimes I just like it to shake a little bit. This way some of the pieces stay stationary. I'll take my background circle, add this to the background of our shaker, tack it down, and then I'm going to add some adhesive here. And we're going to take, just love this on white. I think it's really pretty. You can see that iridescence. I'm going to tack this to the upper portion of my card here. I did pick out the little trees. I just love the color of these. And I'm going to tuck the tree trunks underneath my circle frame here. Tack that down. The middle one wouldn't tuck, but that's okay. And then I have some of our chipboard little tabs. I'm going to take the moments, tack this down, butt it up against that almost same color pattern paper. And then I have Adventures. We're going to add this just above our printed pattern paper. For my sentiment, I'm going to bring back our puffy stickers here. And I'm going to take the L. Let's see. And then we're going to do a little altering. We're going to take, let's punch these out. I'm going to take the loved, and I'm going to cut off the D, just so we have love, and we'll add this kind of at an angle here, and then I'll take the U, we'll add our Y, and we will go ahead and add that kind of at an angle here on the bottom. Do we want to add this little starburst? I'll add a little starburst up there on that tree. So this could just be an everyday card. And for this one, I'm going to bring in my diamond Stickles, and we're going to add a little bit of sparkle to these trees. And that will finish off my final project today. Let's take a look at all the cards that we made, all the shaker cards. We shook it up today, didn't we? And these are the projects we made today with the Spellbinders card kit, the quick and easy card kit of the month, Spreading Happiness. Some quick and easy shaker cards. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this kit is called Spreading Happiness, and a lot of sparkle in there. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you